I'm thinking about how much politics they put inside of sports now, and everything's from the media trying to divide us. And I'm thinking about some of the best times in my life with my friends from Passaic. My friends from Passaic, I always mention them. The Lawrence Bookers of the world, playing against Ron Brinson and Jeremiah King, legends, football, Damian Mincy, Oscar Castori, oof, everybody, Raheem, so many great players. And we used to have such intense rivalries and friendships that we wanted to beat each other so bad because we became teammates in eighth grade on AAU teams. And then the next year, as freshmen, I was on the freshman teams, and my buddy, who I played in the backcourt with in eighth grade on this AAU team that was 30-1 basketball, my buddy, he was starting varsity at tailback for Passaic and point guard as a 14-year-old freshman. That's how good he was, Lawrence Booker. So then, when we got older, we used to love playing against each other. And I remember sophomore year, that we were all up on varsity in basketball. And I remember like we were like the young guys, we weren't getting no burn. And I'm watching Booker out there and all my boys. Well, not all my boys, but a lot of them, like Passaic moved good dudes up quick. So they were getting a lot of run, and we're on the bench and we're down like 30. So coach looks at us and he's like, McCormick, Harrell, Antonucci, Schumann, all the sophomores. He just let us get up and rock. And we fucking ran Passaic. Even Passaic knows it. We cut that lead all the way down to like 3. We outscored Passaic by like 27 in the second half, and we just let our athleticism and our speed do the talking. And we had a track meet with Passaic, and those are some of the most fun games. They beat us. They ended up being better than us. That sophomore year when we came back on them, like they knew not to play around with us because we beat them at their place, but they blame it on a party. We played them at a Saturday morning in Passaic, and they said that they had such a great party on a Friday night. They were all hung over, and that's why we beat them on a Saturday. So back at Clifton, they were up like 30 on us. They came and put their foot on our neck. And then all the young dudes, including myself, we made a hell of a comeback, but we fell short. Then when we got older, I didn't even like when you're in high school, you only know about what you're doing. You're so engulfed in your school, you don't realize. So senior year comes around, and basketball, we just come off of a overtime thriller football game. We just had the greatest rivalry that we could have ever wished for as friends. We beat Passaic our junior year at Passaic. Thanksgiving Day game. It was a fun game. Cold, frozen field, fucking. It was great. Senior year, they come to our place. They had a lot of injuries. It wasn't that they weren't good, but they had a down year. But we took it like they weren't that good, almost like subconsciously. We get to the game. It's a war. We have an overtime game. They beat us in overtime. Raheem got in on the extra point. Shout out to my man Raheem. And it was just memories like that make it so much fun. So now, a month now, my friend Lawrence Booker, who was a superstar as a freshman, sophomore, he ran the ball and scored on a senior year. But the sophomore, Jawan Anderson, another great player, shout out to Keon, what's up? He tore our asses up. He was the MVP of that game. And I didn't realize that Book had a little knee surgery, so I didn't know this. So the story goes on and on of the heart that goes into these rivalries and these friends, and we don't all look the same. We don't have the same colored skin, but it's true love and brotherhood and bonds for life. So basketball season comes, and I can't wait to go against Book. Because we used to run up and down the court, and he'd be hitting me. Come on, Nooch. Come on, Nooch. Make a move, Nooch. Like, Book be talking shit to me up and down the court. Classic games. So we get to Passaic. First time we played Passaic senior year. And I don't see Book. I don't see Book in the starting lineup or like even near the team. And we go into the locker room, and Coach Vassell, he names our five, of course, and it was a rebuild year. It was Coach Vassell's first year, so we had to run on athleticism and being dogs. I knew that coming in. My junior year, it was not a great year. We won like 2 games, and I said to myself, like in my heart, I'll be fucking damned if that's gonna happen on my watch on senior year. We had 2 freshmen in the starting lineup. They balled out. I loved how they played, Julian and Sean. And then we had 2 seniors that played really good. Mike Memon, who turned himself into a hell of a ball player, and Schumann, who held it down for us at center, really good our senior year. He really matured that last year. So now now I see their starting five, Latif, God rest his soul, and I see and now Coach Vassell is doing like 10 minutes on this freshman, Jeremiah King. He's starting at point, and I'm like, what about Book? Where's Book? And I got so mad. I got so obsessed with where's Book that they didn't even have me on him. and they said he's a freshman. He's scoring 24 a game. He's going to Drexel right away. Full ride. He's like future legend. And I was like, and I was 18, and I was a 3-sport athlete. I was walking around with my own crown at my own school, basically, you know. So, and it was my senior year and shit. So I'm like, listen, Coach, I got him. I got him. No fucking freshman is no. So I took it personal, and it wasn't the Jeremiah King was a better basketball player than me all day, every day. Always was, always will be. I love Jeremiah King. He turned out to be one of my favorite players because I followed him, and he was the truth. And I love that guy, man. He was one of the best basketball players out of Passaic that I've seen. And I got so up. I started the game under his nose, and I never left. And I really irritated him. I shut him down. It is what it is, man. It's a great story that I could tell. I shut him down, and Mr. 24 points a game. I think he finished with 4 off like 2 of 15 shooting, and he got pissed off at me on the court. He was telling me, I got letters. I was like, I don't give a fuck. You know, like, I got under his skin. I'm running up and down after every missed jumper. I'm running down Passaic sideline like, yo, where's Book, man? And I took that shit serious. And then I had like 13, but at the end of the game, I missed a layup that could have tied the game. So all the good I did, I threw it in the garbage because I missed the layup that could have maybe tied it or won it for us. It was from the left on a break. It was tough. And instead of just scooping it righty, I tried to use the left like everybody always used to teach. Now we know that's total bullshit, but I missed it. So then next time we get to Clifton, Passaic's playing us back at our place. And I wouldn't be a man if I didn't tell the whole story. Jeremiah King comes into Clifton, puts a 30 burger on me and us. Coach Marshall Greer, smart dude. As soon I was guarding him 90 feet, and as soon as we would get by half court, a pick would hit me hard. They had picks. They had him so free that I wasn't on him really. I was on him, but I wasn't for long. They freed him up. Marshall Greer, great adjustment, and they kicked the shit out of us over at Clifton. And those are some of my memories in Passaic football. We had a million memories. Passaic dominated us. The bragging rights. I feel personally that I could always keep my head up high. Football. And then my friends think they have the upper hand. My Passaic guys like Mintz and everybody, Oscar, they Book, Speedy, they all think they got the upper hand because a lot of them played before I got to varsity. A lot of them played as sophomores. And sophomore year, Passaic beat Clifton. Junior year, my year, we won. And senior year, we lost in an overtime thriller. And freshman year, I think they won when Booker was starting at tailback. So those guys say they got bragging rights. But when you talk about my crew, Andre McCormick, Joe Harrow, Christian Nova, like Scott Pogarelic, when you talk about our crews, when we were in #1 school parking lot or playing home run derby as kids, our crew and your crew, if you count the junior year, I always say, when we went to Bovverini Stadium, first of all, let me backtrack that. When we had the hot dog night the night before the game junior year, and everybody took the mic, I don't even know if they would even do that these days. But I remember the biggest lineman for Passaic took the mic. It was like, where's that little number 12 at? It was me. They were like, you're going to be eating your turkey in the hospital tomorrow. Oof. I put a brave face on, but that chill went through me. You guys got your point across, but you put me on high alert. You motherfuckers don't know I operate better on high alert. That's why I threw 3 touchdowns against you bitches. But I'll tell you what, that's that morning. The next morning, I woke up. My mother gave me her God's hand and that story I told. And that's how that went. But that hot dog night was crazy. You guys were threatening me. Everybody directed everything that they wanted to kill the quarterback, naturally. So it was a great dinner for me. I barely got my hot dog down. And then, we went into your place. And it was a weird game because there was memories there. I threw a touchdown pass to Torrey. Torrey's foaming in the huddle. Dude, it's my last game. You gotta hit me, dude. You gotta hit me. Torrey, maniac. Love him. My favorite teammate of all time. My favorite teammate to be on a football field ever is John Torrey. I'll say that always. And Torrey was ready. He was ready, to say the least. I hit him with that first touchdown. And then we got lucky, so to speak, because we kicked the ball off to you, and you fumbled with like 20 seconds left in the half. You fumbled the kickoff. We picked it up, and I was dealing with a sprained ankle all season, but I played through it, and it was easier for me to roll right on that ankle. So Coach Kelly comes in the huddle. He calls the play left. I'm like, Coach, I'm like, Bogan just blitzed me and totally ignored Torrey and lit me up. I was like, I'll take the shot again. Just let me roll right. He's going to blitz. He wants to kill me. Torrey will be open again. Don't you know? Bogan just totally disregarded the fullback out of the flat, and we ran that little bullshit waggle right. Here comes Bogan. I let it go just in time. Right to Torrey again. 10 seconds elapsed on the clock. 2 exact plays, 2 touchdowns to John Torrey, who became the MVP of that game. You're welcome, John. And that was how that went. We ended up winning 23-6. And I think it's ironic. I want to give a big shout out to Lawrence Booker for, in those 2 games, our junior and senior year, the only Passaic quarterback to throw a touchdown pass was Lawrence Booker, and he was not even a quarterback. He was a running back. So shout out to Book for throwing that tailback bomb for a TD, because me and you, that's what we do. We throw touchdowns. So shout out to Lawrence Booker for throwing the touchdown. Speedy, he ripped your glove off. It wasn't your fault. And Raheem, it was a windy day. Not everybody could throw with the little hands like the Nooch. You know what I'm saying? If your hands were smaller, like mine, you just get it right through. But you still beat us. So props to you too. And I had a lot of fun through the years playing with you. Oh my God, me and Raheem were like fucking like 2 aces in Little League. We played Little League together. One of us would pitch, like, shut out. Next guy pitched, shut out. It wasn't even fair. So many great memories with him and Uncle Robert, and these are friendships for life. And I just wanted to touch on how meaningful the Passaic-Clifton rivalry was and should be, because you have no idea how close we all are. So I just wanted to touch on that and give a couple, and just talk about stuff like that means something to me. Get it on wax, and hopefully some of you guys see it and enjoy it. All right, Neighborhood Picks, like and subscribe. See you later.